Welcome, everybody, to Linton Stadium, home of the Wildcats. Getting ready for a little more non-conference action finally at home for the senior highs. And we got Danville in town tonight. I am joined up here in the booth by a longtime broadcasting legend. Been on some radio, been on some live stream for a school down the road. Y'all have heard him before, and hopefully y'all can enjoy this again. Brought Shane Martin back with us here on Cat TV, back to Wildcat Nation. Shane, good to have you up here, man.
Well, I appreciate it, and I appreciate that very favorable intro right there. Maybe the best one I've ever had.
Hey, man, you deserve it.
But, no, it is it's a pleasure to be back up here and have this opportunity with you, Trey. I've always said it, Hector is blessed to have you because you are the best in this business on the things that you do and you do for the school. And for a guy like me to get up here to come call a athletic event and not have to worry about anything, that's what makes it, it makes it tremendous. And I'm tickled to be back. And, yes, Hector fans, I'm back up here with the man.
Well, we've got the Hector captains out. Danville captains are making their way out as well. And like I said, Danville Little Johns coming into this one 1-1. Hector has had a very favorable start to the season, 2-0 for the first time since I think about 2016. And if they can win tonight, it'll be 3-0 for the first time since 2016. So we're trying to break through a lot of new ground here.
Which is, that is good because that gives you, Trey, as we know, you go 3-0 in non-conference. That gives you a lot of momentum going into the conference stretch.
Yeah.
And y'all chose, you can take your bye week at different times. Most take it either at the beginning of the year or they'll take it after the third game.
Yeah.
So y'all have chose to take yours at the beginning, and it's paying off right now.
Yeah, so far it has.
The captains for tonight for the Wildcats is Lucas Baker along with Grayson Mulder and Hayden Millsap.
Old mountain man out there.
And we've got the Hector boys blocking the
Hold on a second. I'll take a look for you here. I know that you can call out number 80.
Okay. Blake Vaughn.
Number 57.
57, Jamie Ventura.
I'm going to say this is probably an 8 down here on the left side.
That'll be Gunnar Wilkins.
And
we've got
Grayson is standing in front of the
he's got the other one blocked.
The third guy. So as soon as he moves,
we know there's a 0 on there.
Yeah.
And the way he's standing, I'm going to say he's a big lineman.
Yeah.
But Grayson is swallowing the vision up right there.
Yeah. And as tall and skinny as he is still he's taking up the space. Okay. I think that's number 60. Looks like a 6.
And that's Leland Brown.
All right.
So that's our captains for Danville and Hector. And Trey, looking at this and looking at the past last 4 to 5 meetings between Hector and Danville, Hector is running a 4-0 win streak right now.
Yeah, Danville has kind of found themselves on they found themselves in a little bit of a downturn there for a couple of years. And then, last year, Coach Crane came back, and I believe Hector has won the toss. I'm kind of losing track of what I'm doing.
Yes, Hector won the toss and will receive to start this ball game here.
We got the Wildcat walk going on.
Of course, I know as far as Hector fans and probably anxious to see what kind of performance can Lucas Baker add on to the one that he did last week at Yellville. He carried it 17 times for 295 yards and 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, a stellar performance by Lucas Baker last week at Yellville Summit. And see if I can get the camera moved over here quick enough before they come blasting out of that tunnel. They're a little bit off track as far as the tune goes. A little bit of AC/DC, and there you see it. As everybody knows pretty well, number 18 for Little John's, tragic accident. Lost his life back before football season began, and that's a tough thing to deal with as a team.
And you have to admire the Little Johns for pushing forward, and they're rallying around playing for Nate.
Yeah.
And I know I could speak for me and you and probably everybody here in Hector. Your thoughts and prayers go to the Foster family.
Oh, yeah. So both teams made their way out onto the field, and I nearly said court there. Both teams made their way out on the field, and we're about ready to get this one started.
And Trey couldn't ask for a better night. It's a beautiful night here for football.
I tell you what, last night it kind of rained on me a little bit in Magazine, but I was lucky enough to get put back into a press box and didn't have to deal with the elements. So
the Wildcat receiving team has made their way to the field, and it's going to be Lucas Baker deep for the Wildcats. And let's see who's teeing it up for the Little Johns will be number 21, David Chavez. So we are ready for Wildcat football here on Cat TV. And I would tell you, one thing that you can always count on in Danville, year in, year out, they've always got a decent kicker.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
the soccer dynamic out there is very prevalent.
They've always got a good kicker, and we are underway, and they're going to play the little side pooch kick, and that's going to be taken by Mulder, and he picks it up, and he's going to be brought down immediately where he picked it up at on about the 32-yard lines where the Wildcats will start out. 1st and 10. Your quarterback for the Wildcats is Drew Newport, number 13. Baker is in the backfield. And we've got Mulder split out to the right. Twins to the left. And we're in shotgun formation. And now we've got the referee was stopping. Now we're ready to go. Newport in shotgun formation, walks up. Now he steps back. He's got Baker beside him on his left, and it's going to be a handoff to Baker going over the right side. Baker's got room, and Baker's going to be tripped up past the 40. He's going to be taken down by Jake Crane. But it is 1st and 10 now for the Wildcats on their own 43. So he's keeping up that average, Trey. 1 carry, 10 yards.
I was afraid I was looking to see if I needed to change my down and distance, and I did not. So
here's the handoff again to Baker up the middle, hits a wall, bounces off, and he's going to get across the 45, and he's going to be brought down by big number 60, Leland Brown. And he's going to pick up about 2 on the play right there. 3, it's going to be 3. So it'll be 2nd and 7. Shotgun formation, Baker to the right of Newport. Here comes a man in motion, Millsaps. And it's going to be a handoff again to Baker going over the left side. And Danville, there's the push. And he's going to get maybe a yard or 2 out of it. He got hit right at the line, and the Hector offensive line helped him push forward.
So they gave him about 2 on that run.
So we're looking at about 3rd and 5 right now on the Wildcat 48-yard line. The nose of it right on the 48. Shotgun for Newport. And he fakes it, and he's going to have to scramble, and he is brought down in the backfield. Big sack there by 57, Jamie Ventura.
Tell you what, it looks like the Danville defense has upgraded a little bit since last year's meeting. Wildcats having a little bit of trouble here to start us off.
You have a 1st and 10 run, and then it shuts down, and Newport's dropped back, and it's going to be the pooch punt, and we're going to have flags on the play right here. And Hector was not set, so it's going to be a 5-yard penalty against the Wildcats.
Don't need to get into no big-time trouble with any kind of penalties. We've played pretty clean the first 2 weeks, and
I mean, Trey, looking, you was talking about that defensive line. That is a pretty big defensive line for the Little Johns.
Oh, yeah.
And Newport gets a good punt off this time, and it's going to be fair catch by number 15 for the Wildcats, and that's Jake Crane. And they'll take over 1st and 10 on their own 32-yard line. Well, that penalty kind of paid off for the Wildcats because Newport's second punt was way better than the first one.
All right.
So here we come with the Little John offense. First time tonight. And it looks like our quarterback is number 15, Jake Crane. He's in shotgun formation, trips to the right. And it's going to be a quarterback keeper around the right end, and Hector stringing it out, but Crane gets through. Millsaps brings him down after Crane crosses the 40-yard line. It looked like Hector had him strung out, and then Crane found a seam.
He's going to pick up about 9 on that. Bring up a 2nd down and 1.
Yep. So both teams, first play, get good yardage. So let's hope the Hector defense tightens up right here. Crane with Wilkins coming in motion, flips over to the other side, and this is going to be a handoff to Wilkins. And Wilkins is not going to get the first down right there as he is denied. And that's Millsaps along with number 14, Braxton Knowles, on the stop.
I tell you what, Braxton Knowles has been picking up his game this season. I mean, he did well last year, but this one, like especially last week at Yeovil Summit, had a lot of good plays, made a lot of good tackles, and
he's a good-looking athlete out there. I mean, tall, the defensive end type, model type.
Yep.
Here's the shotgun snap to Crane, and Crane dives across the line. He's going to pick up the first down as he gets about a yard past it. He was tripped up by number 10, Dawson Hall.
Dawson Hall, another one. He's a pretty special athlete. He's a little wiry fella, but he'll take on the biggest and baddest that you got. You'll see more out of him as the night progresses, I'm sure.
So the Little Johns are looking at 1st and 10 now on their own 44-yard line as we're under 8 minutes here in the first quarter. This is the Little Johns' first possession tonight. Crane takes a snap from the shotgun. Now he's looking for a seam on that right side. Nice play there. Nice defensive play there by Braxton Knowles.
There he is again.
Knowles did what a defensive end's supposed to do. He strung it out and ran him to the out of bounds and used the sideline to make that stop.
Mm-hmm. Looks like no gain on the play for the Little Johns. Going to be 2nd down and 10.
Crane in shotgun has trips to the left, and he's got Wilkins in the backfield with him. And this is going to be a handoff to Wilkins, and there he is again. There he is, Braxton Knowles.
Goodness. Kid came ready to play.
He came, the flow went opposite of him. He came crashing down the line and, I mean, dropped him for a 1-yard loss, and Danville is facing 3rd and 11. So if you're Danville, you better start finding where number 14 is. And Knowles is all over the field.
Going the other direction.
And we've got stop and play. And we're going to have procedure penalty against the Little Johns.
Trying to let my clock get to where it needs to be. But they're running it right now as well. So we're going to be still a little bit off. But
so now it goes from 3rd and 11 to 3rd and 16. So Wildcats looking to get the Little Johns off the field right here, not give up a big play. Crane, shotgun formations, got trips to the left. And Wilkins is split out to the right by himself. And this is going to be a quarterback keeper all the way, but the Wildcats have read it well. And he is brought down by number 62, Forrest Chronister.
It's a good play by Chronister.
So both teams kind of modeled each other on their first possession. Their first play is good, and then it goes backwards. So now the Little Johns are in punt formation. And it is blocked partially as Wildcats got their hand on it, and the ball's going to die on the Wildcat 49-yard line. Was that Mulder that got his hand on it?
I think so. And if that was him, he's that's like twice he's done that. Did it once at Perryville, and just did it again here tonight. And now my clock is back in line. 5:18, and it decides to skip down to one more second. 5:17, close enough.
So the Hector offense comes out ready. They have trips to the left, and Mulder split out to the right. Newport's in shotgun formation. Millsaps is in the slot. Empty backfield for Newport. Newport dropping straight back, and he's looking down the middle of the field. Oh, he had Baker, and he led Baker just a hair too much. As Baker got a couple of steps on his man, and Newport just led him a little too much. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 10 with 5:13 left here in the first quarter. We have no score here in this non-conference battle between your Hector Wildcats and the Danville Little Johns. Newport, shotgun formation. He's going to hand off Baker going over the left side. Baker cuts back. Now Baker's got some room, and he's going to pick up about 4 on that play. Good cutback there by Baker.
You got to know that Danville probably looked into that Yellville Summit footage.
Oh, yeah.
They looked into the Yellville Summit footage. They looked into the Perryville footage, I would imagine, a little bit as well. And they know not to disrespect the run that Baker can bring to the table.
I know I'd be watching him after his performance last week. And here's a 3rd down. Newport's going to tuck and run, and Newport's going to have the first down as he's going to get it inside the 40, the Little John 40. Good little scramble there by Newport. Picks up the 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
That's one of the things about Newport. It's sometimes you see it a lot more than others. Newport, he's got a good arm on him, and but he'll take off and he'll run it.
Scrambling quarterbacks is kind of the thing here at Hector in the past.
It has been. Jackson Taylor.
Yeah, shout out. Yeah, here's a handoff to Baker. Baker, he heads to the right, kind of slides back in the middle. He's going to get a couple right there, make it 2nd and 8 as number 60, Leland Brown, makes the stop for the Little Johns.
We're down to about 4 minutes. Well, actually past 4 minute mark at this point. I'm going by what mine on the screen says. Don't.
Newport takes the snap, and he's going to hand it off. Baker's got a hole on the right side. Baker's got the sideline. He's going to be pushed out of bounds after picking up the 1st down. And he was pushed out of bounds by Gunnar Wilkins, but Hector picks up the 1st and 10 on the Little John 24-yard line, inside the 25.
Wildcats trying to put together a drive here. Hopefully get some points out of it.
Shotgun formation for Newport. He's got Baker to the right of him. And it's going to be handoff Baker. Baker's going over that left side, and he loses it, but it's recovered by the Wildcats. Whoa, that would have been heartbreaking right there. Get this drive going and then turn it over, but it was recovered by the Wildcats.
Bit of a loss on the play, though. About 3 yards pushed backwards.
Manrique made that recovery for the Wildcats. So it's going to be 2nd down and about 13 for the Wildcats. Here's the snap. Newport dropping straight back, looking down that right side, and he's got his man. Touchdown, Wildcats, as Newport finds Grayson Mulder in the end zone.
I'll tell you what a pass.
You know, even if that pass would have been a little higher, Mulder's going to out-jump.
What the heck was that?
The cheerleaders were chucking balls over here.
Good Lord, I just got hit in the shoulder, man. I thought my world was ending here. I'm going to lodge a complaint with the cheer squad.
You need to make sure she's on the softball team.
2-point conversion attempt
is no good.
No good. The Wildcats going to be on the board first here with 2:58 left in the first quarter. Y'all excuse me on that. I just kind of lost all train of thought with that.
So 2:58 left here in the first, and it is Hector 6, Danville 0.
Take a look here at the Facebook chat. Not a lot going on. Peggy Gregory says, "Go Cats." Brenda Housley, a longtime watcher, she's back in here as she always is. Appreciate you being with us, Brenda.
So Hector will tee it up, and that is number 62, Forrest Chronister.
I got to give a shout out to Chronister too. He tried a couple of extra point kicks at Atkins that did not go just super great. But last week at Yellville Summit, he got one.
That's good.
He got one. So, and I know he's been practicing up on it. And we'll see if we get a chance to see him do that again tonight.
And the kickoff goes out of bounds, where Little Johns are going to have good field position to start off their second drive here. So 2:55 left here, and the flag, and then Danville will take it 1st and 10. Wait for our official on about the 41.
Yeah, looks like the nose of the ball is just a little bit shy of the 41.
So Crane is your quarterback for the Little Johns. Now we're in the I. He's under center. Different look this time. And it's going to be a pitch out to Wilkins. Wilkins going over the right side. Wilkins cuts back, and he's going to slide past the 45 to about the 48-yard line. Millsaps makes the stop for the Wildcats, but that's a good pickup for the Little Johns on first down. Pick up 8. We'll make it 2nd and 2. So different look here by the Little Johns on their second possession.
Yep.
Now they've gone back to shotgun. Wilkins is to the right of Crane. Crane takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff Wilkins, and Wilkins is going to be met by the man of the hour here in the first quarter. It is Braxton Knowles.
Justin Duval, another name out there that you probably will hear a lot. He's playing very well here in the early part of the season. So that pushes the Little Johns back a little bit.
Makes it 3rd and 5 now.
5.
They went from 3rd and 2 to 3rd and 5, so now they're back to that I formation as Wilkins is dotting the I, and it's going to be a handoff off the – well, he's going to end up going up the middle, but Hector is right there to clog up the middle. 58, Wyatt Pruitt, along with 62, Forrest Chronister on the stop, and we're 4th down again for the Little Johns. So good defensive stand there by the Wildcats, assuming they're going to punt, and they've got their man deep, and Manrique's going deep for the Wildcats. And here's the punt. Mulder couldn't get there in time, but it's not a good one by the Little Johns. It's going to take a Wildcat bounce, and you better get out of the way. As it was going to chase on the bounce, Pruitt, it was going to chase him.
Didn't hear very much of the coaches down there. Usually you'll hear Peter. hear the code word Peter.
So 51 seconds left here in the first quarter. Hector leading 6-0, and this is their 3rd possession as they'll start out 1st and 10 on their own 42-yard line. Newport staying in shotgun. He's got Baker to his left. Here comes Manrique in motion, and it's going to be the jet sweep. And Manrique tries to cut it back, but the Little Johns did a really good job stringing that out.
Yeah, the Little Johns did a good job plugging that that gap up, and then he also had, I think Baker got a little bit confused on that. Baker kind of was, well, he's lead blocking for him, so we'll just leave it at that. He was lead blocking.
Colton Cross made the stop for the Little Johns. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10. No gain on the play. Newport, and this is going to be a handoff to Baker. Baker cuts it up the middle, and Baker's going to get a big chunk right there as he was brought down by Crane. But Baker's going to make it a very manageable 3rd down here, about 3rd and 3 for the Wildcats. And that should be the last play of the first quarter here, Trey.
I believe it will be. It was a couple of seconds off. So horn has blown before I hit double or triple zeros.
All right, Wildcat fans, that brings it into the first quarter here in this non-conference battle, and it is your Hector Wildcats 6, the Danville Little Johns 0.
Like I said earlier, Shane, there was a piece of business that I did not do last night, but I will try to do that here right now. Hector Wildcat Booster Club would like to thank the Misty and Richie Barnett family, as well as the Russell and Lee Hill family, for their sponsorship of the junior high Wildcats and their team meal last night. I forgot to get to that. We also had one for the senior highs, and I believe that was the Moores, Scott and Miranda. Yeah, they sponsored tonight's meal for the senior high. So big thanks to all those families for doing that and being a part of that and making sure these kids get fed. It's always I know the Booster Club is appreciative of it.
Yeah.
I know that the business manager of Hector School District is appreciative of it.
Well, it's always good when you've got parents and businesses that help out and contribute, and it just makes a very good environment for your athletic clubs. All right, we are ready to start second quarter play here in Hector, and it's going to be 3rd and about 3 for the Wildcats. And there's a flag. Not the way you want to start off, and it's going to be a penalty against the Wildcats. So I'm sure Coach Cooper was like, that's not the play I drew up to start this second quarter here. Get a flag. So that makes it 3rd and 8 now for the Wildcats. The ball is on the Wildcat 44-yard line. Newport shotguns. Got Millsaps in the backfield. Newport's going to let it fly. Boy, he's got it right there, and he's got Mulder. And, Grayson Mulder had it hit him right in the hands and could not pull it in. But that was a beautiful ball thrown by Newport right there.
Yeah. Went into a little bit of traffic. Mulder, they took sight of Mulder heading down the sideline and decided to get a beat on him, head off after him.
So this is 4th and 8 now for the Wildcats, and it's going to be the punt by Newport. Almost blocked, but it's going to take a Wildcat roll and get inside the 25-yard line to the 24-yard line where the Little Johns will start out 1st and 10. Honestly, I think that kid was there. I think the ball went between his arms.
Yeah, yeah, looked like he was right there. I was kind of hoping that he might run into Newport a little bit, and we'd get to
Newport would have to. Hopefully, he's got good Oscar skills. Shows.
Learn to fall. Learn to fall. Make it look good.
Yeah, you got to make it look good.
Yeah.
All right, Little Johns come out, shotgun formation. Wilkins is in the backfield with Crane. He's got trips to the right. Crane fires out to the flat, and he's got a man, and they are going to get the first down as Millsaps runs him down. But nice little pitch and catch there to number 34, Lane Scobie. So Lane Scobie makes the catch for the Little Johns, picks up the first and 10. Shotgun formation for the Little Johns. Crane Waiting for the snap, has Wilkins in the backfield with him. Now Crane's going to go to the left side with it. Quarterback keeper. Ooh, took a hit right there. And Crane's going to pick up about 5 right there, but he took a shot there from Dawson Hall.
Like I said, Dawson is he's a little pit bull. I mean, and like I said, you'll see and hear more about him as the night goes, I imagine.
Well, that was a good lick right there. I know Crane felt that one. And that's going to make it 2nd and 5 now for the Little Johns. Crane takes the snap and faked the option pitch.
Boy,
and
Duval was right there on him.
Crane maybe should have pitched it because Hector did a great job of reading that. Millsaps was right there to make the stop. But like you said, Duval was right there
on him.
Yeah.
I think they ended up losing a yard on that one. Am I right, Shane?
Yes, sir.
Like about
yes, sir.
3rd and 6 now.
3rd and 6 with getting close to the 10-minute mark here in the first half. Hector leading 6-0. Crane flips it out, and it is caught. And great defense there by Lucas Baker. The pass was caught by number 34, Lane Scobie, and Lucas Baker was all over him.
Yep.
And they ended up losing yardage, and it's going to make it 4th and 12. And I take that back. That wasn't Crane that threw that one. That was Will Wilson, number 10.
So the Little John's going to line up to punt this one away again. Good job by the Wildcat defense.
And here's the kick. And it's going to go to the left over there. Nobody over there. Kick's going to go out of bounds. And it's going to be good field position for Hector here on their second possession here in the second quarter. So they'll start out, Hector, 1st and 10 on their own 45-yard line. Newport, he's got Baker in the backfield with him. He's got Mulder split out to the right, Twins to the left. Manrique and Story split out to the left. And here comes Baker out in motion. Now Newport's looking, fires to the sideline. Nice little sidearm there. And he completes it to Mulder.
Pretty good gain. Looks like about 6 yards from Mulder.
Newport was on the run, and instead of, coming over the top, he did what he had to do. Got that sidearm shot there to Mulder. Picked up about 5 on the play. Makes it 2nd and 5 now for the Wildcats. Newport takes the snap, fires out to the right again, and there's a 1st and 10 as Mulder makes the catch, and he'll be stopped immediately, but it is 1st and 10 now for the Wildcats, and if you're going to play that far off Mulder, they'll take that 5 and 10 yards every time.
Yep. I'm proud of Mulder, the fact that he took basically the year off last year and didn't play anything, didn't play any football, didn't play any basketball. And he's showing he's in still pretty good form here. He's even though he's walking off the field right now.
Well, the official called he's got apparently got blood
cut or something.
Yeah. So Braxton Knowles checks in for Mulder. Newport. Here goes Baker in motion. Newport fires down the left. He's got a man. Oh, my word. As Story couldn't hold on to it, that's 2 Newport's had.
It's all right, Brewer. You'll get the next one.
He's had 2 receivers, but I look at the pass. Yeah. Newport has thrown 2 great balls to his 2 receivers here on the last 2 deep attempts. I bet neither one of them dropped the next one. There's a handoff. And Baker getting to the outside. Baker's got room. He's got the 1st and 10. He gets inside the 30, close to the 25-yard line. Baker showing that shiftiness inside there in the traffic, and he finds a hole, and he picks up a big 1st and 10 now for the Wildcats as they keep the drive going on the Little John 26-yard line.
Lucas Baker doing Lucas Baker things.
Just picking up where he left off last week.
Yep.
He goes in motion. Newport's going to keep it this time, and Danville was ready for this as he gets back to the line of scrimmage as 52 Cruz makes the stop for the Little Johns.
It's like about a 1-yard gain. 2nd down and 9.
We're under 8 minutes left here in the first half. It's been very low scoring, more so than I thought.
Are we going to have to say that Danville is a way more better put together team than a Yellville Summit or a Perryville?
That's true. He caught it. What a concentration there by Baker as Baker bobbled it, was on his knees, and he pulled it in. So
he got it.
Yeah. Baker's probably saying, look, Newport, I'm not going to let you down. We've got to get one of these in. So it is 1st and goal now for the Wildcats inside the 10. And Newport's going to keep it. Newport going up the middle. He's going to get a couple there as the Danville defensive line stands him up, and they're going to get him down to about the 6 is what I'm looking at. It'd be 2nd and goal on the 6. In between the 5 and the 6 there. Newport with Baker in the backfield. And it's going to be a handoff to Baker. Baker spins, and he's going to be stopped right there. So Danville's doing a really good job clogging the middle up. Yep. Hector's going to have to try to get their speed on the outside here on this 3rd down and goal. Because, I assume, and you probably assume it too, we're in 4-down territory.
Oh, yeah. This is definitely there is no field goal kicker that's going to trot out there here in a moment. At least I don't believe, unless Forrest is ready for that.
Newport takes the snap, drops straight back, throws it out into the flat, and it was – they got their hand on it at the line of scrimmage, and Mulder could not pull it in as it was tipped at the line of scrimmage there by the Little John. So here we go. 5:58 left in the first half, and we're 4th and goal on the 5. Big play right here.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, that game with Perryville was very one-sided for the first half, and then second half we managed to make some things happen. Looks like Coach Cooper is going to call a timeout.
No, that's Little John.
Oh, that's Little John.
Yep.
Okay.
Coach Crane called that timeout.
I could have sworn that Scott just said timeout Hector.
Well, I was looking at our head official there, and he signaled towards Danville, but who knows?
Well, okay. So the board out there, okay, maybe it was Danville timeout. You're right. I'm sorry.
Danville's wanting to go over things right here, and to me, Trey, you got to get Newport on the run.
Yeah, and they've done that a little bit here. Danville playing extremely well. You know, Crane has got them running pretty good right now. Okay, looking at the YouTube side of things, we got a few more familiar names. Cyclone Booth, that's our buddy Mickey Duval.
Oh, Mick.
Nikki Horn, surprise. Got some Little John fans over here. Got some Wildcat fans.
Oh, Mickey Duval, Russellville being off tonight. And
yeah.
Our good friend Mickey, one of the best, legend. All right, here we go. 4th and goal on the 5:58 left here in the first half. And I would just assume you got to get Newport out rolling here, kind of RPO here.
Mm-hmm.
But you want to get him on Mulder's side, and he's looking at Mulder. Now he flips it, and he throws it over Mulder's head. His pressure, Danville come with a lot of pressure right there.
Yeah.
And Scobie's the one that knocked him down there. So, tip your hat right there. That's a good stand by the Little Johns. Looked like Hector was going to punch it in, got inside the 10, and Little John defense tightened up. And, Trey, we've got a ball game here tonight.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anybody just landing a good solid punch just so far, but how did that just say 2nd down 9?
So 1st and 10 now, and Crane hands it off to Wilkins. Good defense there by the Hector defensive line as they're going to drop him for about a 2-yard loss right there and really pin the Little Johns up here as that was
very close to safety status right there. They got players coming up from standing back up, I should say, inside the end zone.
I'm going to call 63 Blake Brown, who was in on that, along with the man we've called all here first half, Braxton Knowles.
Right.
But good stand, loss of 2, and Little Johns, you got to be careful here.
Yeah.
Your quarterback's in the end zone. Crane takes the snap, and he's going to roll out to the left, and he's looking, and he's going to get a little breathing room, knocked out of bounds. And Brown was out there along with Gavin Lusk and Duval. So it is 3rd and we're going to say 3rd and 7. 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8 now for the Little Johns. So Hector could really get good field position out of this. That may be, Grayson Mulder may be one of the biggest free safeties I've ever seen. Here comes a man in motion as Crane walked up to the line. Now he takes a step back. He's got trips to the right. He's looking to the sideline as they're changing the play. Wilkins is in the backfield with him. And the play clock is
winding down about 5.
Yeah. Here's the snap. And here comes the pressure, and the Wildcats are going to get the safety. Great pressure there, and that is number 12, Gavin Lusk.
Golly.
He come in there like a bullet.
Gavo.
So there's the 2-point conversion that we were looking at a while ago.
We missed out on.
But great defense there by the Wildcats. They get the safety, and now Danville will free kick, and Hector should come out with good field position. And you got 3:48, and you'd like to punch one in here before the half because Danville will get the second half kickoff.
Trying to let get my clock back in line, as always.
Well, Crane just didn't have any time to react right there. Lusk come in there like he was shot out of a cannon.
Right. Seeing Gavin Lusk make some very excellent plays as a junior high player, figured that would be the case, that when he moved up to senior high, it'd be a lot of the same.
So we are setting up now for the free kick, and it will be on the 20-yard line. And that will be number 21, David Chavez, teeing it up. We've got Baker deep for the Wildcats. But the Little Johns have shown here they like that little sideline pooch shot. As a lot of high school teams do that now. Quick kicking it deep. They just do the little soft pooch shot. And Mulder's going to take this one on about the 39. Mulder looking for a hole, gets to the outside, and Mulder's going to be knocked out of bounds in Little John territory on the 45.
Pretty good run there as a return for Grayson Mulder. I had a little bit of trouble tracking him down to get the camera on him, but finally did.
Mulder reminds me of the former quarterback at the University of Arkansas, Matt Jones, the way he was just –
yeah.
He just kind of nonchalantly found a seam there, and, you know, you want to sit up here and holler and go run, and he really is.
Yeah.
But Wildcats start out 1st and 10 on the Little John 45. Newport's in shotgun. He's got Baker in the backfield with him, and this is going to be a handoff to Baker going up the middle, and Baker had that ball pop out, but it was recovered by Millsaps.
I tell you what, Danville knows what they're looking at when they see Baker out there. They're tracking him pretty early in his.
They've done a pretty good job containing him here in the first half.
Well, some of the runs that Baker had last week against Yeovil Summit, some of the best ones he had was when he got to the line, bounced out.
Yeah,
one side or the other.
And we've seen that tonight too.
Yeah.
He's done that on just kicking out. And now he goes in motion to the right. Newport dropping straight back. Newport's going across the middle. Oh, and he just a little bit too low right there as Manrique couldn't pull it in.
Oh, we got a flag back here in the backfield.
That is about in the holding area. And they're talking to the Little John coaches right now, so you know it's going to be against Hector. .257 left here in the first half. It is 8-0. Hector leading Danville here in this non-conference battle.
Yep. Shane, you were right. It's a holding call.
So it's going to move it back to the Wildcat 47-yard line. Make it 2nd and 17. Newport takes the snap, drops straight back, fires out to the flat. Got Mulder. Mulder couldn't pull it in. So it's going to be 3rd down now for the Wildcats.
Wonder about some of these guys wearing the gloves out there. It's not raining. The gloves aren't slick.
No.
But I've wondered sometimes before if the gloves actually help or if they
or a hindrance.
Hinder.
Yeah. So 3rd and 17. Newport empty backfield, dropping straight back, fires across the middle and shoots it too high for Manrique, and it's going to be 4th down now for the Wildcats. So the Little Johns defense holds, and they will, assuming Hector's in punt formation here.
To get
So Newport will drop straight back. And he kind of sidesteps one of the rushers and gets the kick up. And going to end up taking a Wildcat little bounce there. And it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Little Johns on their own 33-yard line. 2:47 now. You know the Little Johns' attitude is we'd like the 2-for-1 here. Let's get one here at the end of the first half and then get the ball to start out the second half.
Could have sworn, Shane, that whenever the punt occurs, the clock starts. Maybe I'm just thinking of something different. Yeah, I got down to 2:38, but the stadium clock did not feel the same. So it just stayed where it was at.
Crane. Let me take that back. That's Will Wilson. Will Wilson's at quarterback, and he fires out to Crane. Crane moved a wide out right there, and they pick up a little 4 or 5 yard little pitch and catch there as Braxton Knowles, along with 58 Wyatt Pruitt, makes the stop. So we've got a little switcheroo going on there. Receiver goes quarterback. Quarterback goes to receiver. And Wilson's going to stay in at quarterback. And Crane's going to stay in at wideout. Wilson a little bit taller than Crane. And here comes the man in motion, and it's a jet sweep, and he's getting to the left side, and he's got room around there. But Hector does a great job right there, stringing it out, and Dawson Hall makes the stop.
Yeah, I think, Dawson Hall and Grayson Mulder both in on that one.
That was number 3, Christian Alcazar on the stop. On the carry. Let me get that right. I've been practicing that name, trying to get it right tonight.
Hey, it's been a while since you've called football.
It has, man. Didn't call any last year, but
yeah.
Wilson fires to the flat. It's complete, and they're going to have the 1st and 10 right there. It is complete to Clayton Harmon as Dawson Hall makes the stop along with number 58, Wyatt Pruitt. So 1st and 10 for the Little Johns with 1:22 left here in the first half. And the Little Johns have the ball on their own 46-yard line. Turned out to be a good crowd here tonight. Hector has a really good crowd. Danville ended up having a good crowd on the visiting side over there. So good night for high school football here.
That one open spot over there on the visitor bench, or the visitor seats, that's banned. They're getting ready for halftime. But
Wilson tried to hit Crane going down the left sideline, led him just a little bit too much. Dawson Hall was on the coverage for the Wildcats, and that's going to make it 2nd and 10 now for the Little Johns as we are under 1 minute left here in the first half.
we got our huddle kids up here. They don't know what the score is. It's 6-4. Goodness gracious.
Wilson, shotgun formation. And here's the jet sweep coming around the right side.
Duval.
It is an excellent stop there by Justin Duval in the backfield. Alcazar didn't have a chance right there as Justin Duval stayed home, read it, and dropped him for a loss.
Good play by that kid right there. He got a little bit silly with me in the class the other day. Want to know if he could call me Mr. Johnson. I said, no, just call me Trey. It'd be easier. He's like, oh, come on, man. I was like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah, right. It is 3rd and 15 is what they're calling it. Wilson, shotgun, takes the snap, hands off to Wilkins. And Wilkins is going nowhere as it's another loss in the backfield. And this time it is 62, Forrest Chronister.
We are. And that's going to do it for the first half
and
play.
That's the end of it. And it is your Hector Wildcats 8, the Danville Little Johns 0.
Man, a little bit of lower scoring affair than I thought it was going to be for –
I anticipated a little bit more offensive punch, but
I did too.
Hats off. Both defenses are playing really good here in this first half.
And sitting here, we got the cheerleading squad out there, and I believe the band will make their way out eventually. I think they're not in the – yeah, they're moving. Danville band also coming out and getting ready to play. So sitting here trying to think what we if the cheer is about to go out there.
Oh, it's Danville's
cheerleaders going to do a little routine out here first. We'll get the camera on that in just a moment.
Yeah, I'm really coming into this tonight, Trey. I was expecting just a little bit more. Because y'all's offense was just connecting on all cylinders last week.
Yeah, lit it up pretty good.
So, but hats off to Coach Crane, Danville. He's got that defense playing well tonight. Now, granted, we've had a couple of dropsies.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's something that I'm sure that's making the coaches lose their mind down there. That's kind of uncommon. We don't have a whole lot of drops, you know.
I mean, we very easily could be up by 3 touchdowns with, Mulder had an easy score, and so did Story.
Yep. Let's see if I can get my time set up here. So whenever I go to halftime, we will have the clock up in the little, I call it the halftime control center.
But most teams in the state tonight they're either off or they're playing their final non-conference game, as everybody will be kicking that conference off next week.
Yeah. Junior high Wildcats last night, like I said, went to Magazine, took care of business out there. I think it was about 22-6. And good first conference win for them, first win of the season. We're sitting at 1-2 right now. But I had the little quarterback for junior highs, Mark Dotson, popped into the tech office today, and he sits up. I said, "You acted surprised that I made a complete pass." I'm just like, "Oh, come on, Mark. That's not not where it was going with that." But so we got the Danville band making their way out now, and I think we will go ahead and switch over to the halftime thing. But I will keep the mics active so that the band will be able to be heard. Let me see if I can get that set up like it's supposed to be. Yeah. All right, here we go. So, we got about 16:45, and we're going to kick it out to our halftime break. Me and Shane will be back with you here in just a little bit for the second half. Stay with us right here on Cat TV.
Tonight, the band will perform the first 2 movements of their halftime show, Little Shop of Horrors. Music will include the theme from Little Shop of Horrors, Dentist, and Suddenly Seymour. Band captain is Abigail Carroll. Let's give it up one more time for the Danville High School Marching Band.
And welcome to the field, your Hector Wildcat Band. How about a round of applause for these Hector cheerleaders and your Hector band?
At Chambers Bank, we believe banking should be anytime. Got a bill to pay? Pay one-time or recurring bills in the Chambers Bank app, because anytime banking should always be anytime.
United Welding Institute of Arkansas provides training services for sought-after skills in the welding business, including oil fields, pipelines, refineries, and power plants. We understand the growing demand for experienced welders, and our trainers are proficient and equipped with the current know-hows in the welding industry. Since 2013, we devote our business into training and molding students to become full-fledged welders, as well as offering assistance to find job opportunities. United Welding Institute, where the next generation of welders are born.
Every strong tree begins with a single seed, nurtured with care and rooted in stability. Like your financial goals, growth takes time, patience, and the right environment to thrive. At Centennial Bank, we know what it takes to start with something small and grow it into something bigger. Plant your seeds today for a future that stands strong tomorrow. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
You go nowhere by accident. Wherever you go, God is sending you. Wherever you are, God has put you there. He has a purpose in which you are present. Christ who dwells in you has something He wants to do through you. You believe this, and go in His grace, go in His love, and go in His power. You be the one.
Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium. We got they added about 3 minutes to the clock after the halftime was actually done, but Wildcats have made their way back out on the field, and we're going to get ready a little bit quicker. I think they'll stop some of that. Actually, they're going to keep running the clock, so down to about 1:50 left. But interesting first half, like we said, Shane. 8-0 Wildcats. Not as high scoring as we kind of figured it would be, but sometimes that's okay.
Well, let's give you got to give Coach Crane and the Danville defense doing a really good job keeping Lucas Baker under control in the first half.
Yeah.
And it did give Newport some shots down the field that, you know, a couple of them his receivers should have pulled them in and stuff. And that's when Danville is really concentrating on Baker, and it's giving Newport those chances. So we're going to have to see in the second half here the Hector receivers pull those passes in.
Yeah. Wildcats got themselves a touchdown, missed the extra points after that, but then got a safety later on. So that's how we got to the 8-0 score.
So here we go as we start the third quarter of play, and it's going to be a little short kick to about the 27-yard line, and it's Crane, and Crane doing a good job keeping his balance, and he gets to the sideline. Little cutback there. Crane is, wow, Crane's still going, and he is finally tripped up across the Hector 45-yard line.
Go ahead.
But we've got flags on the far side of the field.
I mean, let me tell you, I don't usually give the opposing team a replay, but that one was worthy of it. He shed so many tackles, but like I said, we're going to see what the flag's all about. Worked off nearly 20 seconds.
Well, he receives it on the hash mark close to us, works his way to the sideline, cuts his way back all the way to the middle of the field. I mean, what a return right there. And you know,
looks like it's coming back a little bit.
This one's going to be against it's going to be a block in the back, and it's going to come back. Not going to lie to you, I was looking for a truck right there.
Yep. Scott Moore downstairs. He's be surprised if we don't hear the Jeopardy theme at some point tonight if the referees have to discuss something. He brings the personality to Wildcat Stadium.
1st and 10 now for the Little Johns. Crane is back at quarterback now, as we saw Wilson at the end of the first half, but Crane comes back at quarterback. Shotgun formation. He has a man coming in motion. This is going to be a handoff to Wilkins. Wilkins gets over the right side. Wilson gets a good chunk right there as Millsap trips him up. But Wilkins is going to pick up about 8 right there on that first down carry, make it 2nd and 2.
Did you see how he lowered his head there and just, bulldozing through whatever he was going to meet?
Right. Wilkins is a big back. Crane. Wilkins to the right of him. Here comes a man in motion, and we're going to have
some more laundry.
As Don Henley would say, the dirty laundry. And it's going to be against the Wildcats, so that's going to make a easy 1st and 10 for the Little Johns as they're on the Wildcat 47-yard line. So Crane stays at quarterback. Wilkins is to the right of him. They're in shotgun formation. Twins to the left and right. Here comes a man in motion. And Crane drops straight back, fires down the left sideline, and a lot of hand-to-hand combat right there. And no flag, as Dawson Hall did a great job of staying on Clayton Harmon.
I can guarantee you that Dawson is taking a deep breath right there, because last week at Yellville Summit, he was the victim of a few Yeah, I'm aware. Lawson Knowles giving us a little bit of inside information. And,
2nd and 10 now for the Little Johns, and here's the handoff to the left side. Wilkins is going to be pulled down there, and that is number 13 for the Wildcats, quarterback Drew Newport.
Going back to what Lawson was telling us, if y'all were watching the halftime break, you saw the Wildcat cheerleaders out there wearing the black T-shirts for black and green, the design for Nate, the Danville player, Foster, that lost his life.
Here's a rollout to the right, and Wilson didn't even – Wilson was like, I'm not even close to that one. And that one goes out of bounds.
Didn't mean for my clock to keep running. 10:28.
As Brewer Story was right there on Wilson. So that's going to bring up
4th and 9, looks like.
4th and 9. So Manrique is going to drop back, and we're going to have looks like Little Johns are going to take a shot here, Trey.
Well, they're on this side of the 50, so
they're going to try to get something going, and we're going to have a little razzle-dazzle. Wilson flips it to Crane, and what a stop. What a stop by Caden Manrique as he read it, stayed at home, and nailed Crane right there in the flat. And Crane is shaking up right there.
That will be a turnover down. First down 10, Wildcat.
So the Little Johns will turn it over on downs. You hope Crane's all right. He's calling for somebody to come in for him on defense. As he took a shot there, Manrique just nailed him.
Mm-hmm. I tell you what, Manrique, like I talked about Dawson Hall, Manrique is another little pit bull out there. And he's got some speed. I don't know who's faster, him or Baker. I'm gonna have to bring that up in conversation one of these days and see what kind of fight I get out of it.
First and 10 for the Wildcats. Newport shotgun formation. He's going to hand it off to Baker. Goes over the left side. Baker's got a hole. Baker kicks it out. Baker's got the sideline, and Baker's going to take this to the house. Touchdown, Wildcats. And I've got to say it, Trey. Lucas Baker, the touchdown maker, right there in action. As he had 6 last week, and he puts 1 on the board here tonight. So that's the way you want to start the second half of play right there is Baker busts through.
Yep.
Gets a 55-yard run to start off the third quarter. Makes it 14-0, 2-point conversion coming up. That was good blocking on that left side. Baker had a nice hole. Didn't have to cut back, just hit the sideline and took it. And there's the 2-point conversion as Newport hits Manrique coming across the middle. So that makes our score with 10:04 left here in the third quarter. It is Hector 16, Danville 0.
That's what we've been waiting on. Baker to get a good long run and them to find them extra points there.
Well, it looks like Coach Cooper probably gave a very motivational
I can hear and feel Coach Counts over here to the left of us stomping around, and he's excited. He got excited up there at Perryville, man. That stop that we got and that fumble recovery there at the end of that overtime, he was losing his mind. And good dude, good addition to the staff.
Forrest Chronister's teeing it up for the Wildcats, and Alcazer is deep. Alcazer is deep for the Little Johns. And here we're seeing Crane's back on the field, Trey, right there. So, I know for Little Johns, that's good for them to see that.
Maybe he just had a little bit of a slight cramp. Maybe that was all it was.
Or a stinger.
Got the wind knocked out of him. Nothing serious.
And we're going with the little side kick over to the hash mark, and Crane's going to get it. And he's going to break to the sideline. Crane's got the sideline, and he gets into Wildcat territory up to the 40-yard line. So
I'll give him another one.
I know his return it got called back on the first one, but man, 2 kickoffs, 2 good returns by Crane.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's big time. Gets the Little Johns in some favorable field position.
So Little John start out 1st and 10 on the Wildcat 40-yard line, 9:53 left here in the third. 16-0, Wildcats lead the Little Johns. Crane is in shotgun formation. He has Wilkins to the left of him. He's got Trips to the left. Wilson is split to the right. This is going to be a handoff as Wilkins is not going to get – he's going to barely make it back to the line of scrimmage as Duval was right there to wrap him up.
Yeah, Duval, man, big time on that defense. Made a lot of good plays for us. Like I said, the last couple of games. And clock is running again.
Well, they're going to give him back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll make it 2nd and 10. Crane, shotgun, trips to the left. Wilkins is on his left. And this is going to be a fake to Wilkins, and they throw it out to the left, and it is complete for about a 3 or 4 yard gain, but nice open field tackle right there by Dawson Hall.
Yep.
I mean, Dawson Hall's out there on the island by himself, and, if Dawson don't wrap him up, it's going to be a pretty good gain there for Scobie. But instead, it is a 4 yard gain, makes it 3rd and 6 here for the Little Johns on the Wildcat 36 yard line. So now the trips have flipped over to the right side. Wilkins is in the backfield. And they faked the option pitch, but boy, Hector did not. They didn't take the fake as Duval and Millsaps was right there to read Crane.
Pushed him back for a bit of a loss, like about 2 yards. Gets him back to about 4th and 8. Well, Scott's saying 4th and 7.
So we're going to look at 4th and 8, and you got to think, Little John's, trailing 16-0. You're in Wildcat territory. You're in 4-down territory.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean.
They're looking for that spark here in this third quarter.
Down 16-0, they're going to try whatever they can. See if they can get the Wildcats off balance and get a score.
Crane. And here we got timeout, Little John. So 7:49 left here in the third quarter. It is your Hector Wildcats 16, the Danville Little Johns 0.
Okay, 7:49. I'm showing 7:55. I'll start getting it back in line at some point. All right. Let me take a look over here at the Facebook comments. Been kind of neglecting them a little bit. Got Brandon Lott in the chat, Chris Berger. These are all things that was talked about during the first half. And Brandon Lott, he put it pretty well here. He said, you can best bet Coach Crane will always have that team ready, no matter if it's year 10 or year 1. He does. He has them ready to go this year, man.
Yeah.
Brandon Lott said, at least he asked to call you, Mr. Johnson. We would have done it just to mess with you. Yeah, y'all's group was contrary. But, just taking a look at the Facebook comments since I've neglected them a little bit.
So here's a big 4th down play here, 7:49 left here in the third, and it is 4th and 8 for the Little Johns. And Will Wilson has checked in now at quarterback. So they have changed. And Wilson fires across the middle, and it's knocked down, incomplete. Newport got his hand up there, knocked it down, and I couldn't see who it was, but like you said, Scott called Newport, so he gets the credit for the knockdown, and Hector will take over 1st and 10 on their own 37-yard line. So Hector has run one play here in this third quarter, and it was 55 yards for a Baker touchdown. So hopefully we can see this happen again here. Newport takes the snap, hands it off to Baker. Baker cuts up the middle. Baker looking to the outside.
Goodness
and
gracious.
I almost called it. Baker got run down at the end by Blake Vaughn.
Man, he nearly broke free of that and took off.
I tell you right there, if I'd have called, I was going to go buy a lottery ticket after that. But 1st and 10 for for the Wildcats. Baker got it. And it's on the Little John 39-yard line. And here's Newport with the quarterback keep going off the left side. And Newport, they tried to strip the football from him. Big number 11, Colton Cross did, but Newport held on. He's going to pick up maybe a couple. Waiting to see. Yeah, he's going to pick up 2 right there. It's going to make it 2nd and 8. So Newport's in shotgun formation. Baker, Millsaps comes in motion, sets up on the left. Now they fire out in the flat, and that's Manrique. Manrique gets a block from Mulder, and they're going to throw the flag on it. That was the 1st down pickup, but right there, they're going to throw a flag on Mulder right there. Mulder hit him and then kind of jerked back like, I didn't do it.
That's a lot of the same stuff we've seen out of Mulder on the basketball court. That's a lot of the hold the pull back. I didn't do it. Hands up in the air.
So what would have been a 1st down is going to come back. It's going to be 2nd down and about 16 now for the Wildcats on the Little John 45-yard line. Newport Gets the play from Coach Cooper. He's in shotgun. He's got Baker to his left. Millsap's in the slot. Now Baker goes in motion. Oh, Newport's looking deep, and boy, he let that thing go, and he's got a man, and there's a battle for it. And Brewer Story couldn't come down with it. It was a battle, though, as him and the Little John, if I can get his number right there, secondary, that was Crane. So good job by their quarterback right there playing in the secondary. But, you know, I got to say it, another pretty deep ball there by Newport.
Well, and you know, Brewer just needs to keep working at it. He's going to get one. I can feel it.
So it is 3rd and 16 now for the Wildcats. It's going to be a handoff to Baker. Baker coming to the left, and Baker's going to get across the 40, inside the 40, to the Little John 39, and he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to make it 4th and 10, and I'm sure we're in 4-down territory. And it's going to be, as Hector is coming up to the line quickly.
Tell you what, with the way that Drew can skyward punt one, he's going to back up.
Now he's dropped back.
I'd say try to pin him back.
And that one's going to go over to the far side of the field. Nice little bounce. Gets inside the 15 to about the 14-yard line. So Danville will take over 1st and 10 with 5:55 left here in the 3rd. And Trey, as we announced that everybody's going to kick off conference next week, got the Mountain Pine Red Devils coming here to Hector next week.
Coming back, and Wildcat fans, Shane's off from his regular job right now, so Shane is going to be making another couple of appearances with us. I think he's just crazy enough to drive down to Mountain Pine for junior high football. So we'll have Shane back on.
Be here Thursday and Friday. Wilkins, what a run by Wilkins right there. Give him credit. He never stopped as he was just bouncing off Hector defenders, and he picks up about 7 right there.
These Little John wheels just keep on rolling, you know.
They're tough kids.
Yeah.
This has been a tough battle here tonight. Yeah. There's been some licks, and both defenses have honestly played good. I mean, a couple of big plays by Hector is the difference in this game.
Looks like about 2nd down and 4.
As Crane pitches to Wilkins again, and Wilkins goes to that left side and going to be about a yard short of the 1st down over there. Newport makes the stop along with – I couldn't see that other one.
Wait, they're going to go ahead and give him the 1st down.
Oh, they are. I thought he was about a yard short where the referee was.
It looked like it.
Standing.
Favorable spot.
Favorable spot. You get that. So 1st and 10 now for the Little Johns, and they're in that power I, and here goes Wilkins again. Wilkins just following that left side. He's going to get about 5 right there. Coach Crane may have thought, hey, let's just slow this game down and try to run some power football now.
There you are. Yeah.
He's got a big bag back there.
Does that look like about a 5-yard gain, Shane?
Yeah, about 2nd and 5. Millsaps makes the stop there along with Duval for the Wildcats. And they're going to stay in that I formation. Wilkins is dotting the I. Crane's underneath center. And this time he's going off the right side, and Wilkins is trying to get to the outside, and he cuts back and just puts his head down and takes on about 3 Wildcats as he was finally brought down there by number 7, Brewer Story. But it's 3rd and 1 now for the Little Johns. So it looks like Coach Crane's like, let's simplify this, and we're just going to run some power football.
Line up and run it. Harkens back to the old days of Wildcat football a little bit.
Yeah.
Back before all the spread. Throwing it around. It's exciting football, but sometimes
used to
the
be
smash
3,
mouth.
It was 3 plays in a cloud of dust.
Yeah.
Here's the snap, and Wilkins again going off that left side, but he's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage right there. As 62 Forrest Chronister makes the stop there for the Wildcats, and they're going to give him back to the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 4th and 1. This is a gutsy call by Coach Crane right here on his side of the field. 3:20 clock running here, and they're going to go for it. And it's going to be a handoff Wilkins, and Wilkins is going to plow forward, and he's going to get it. Wilkins picks up the 1st and 10 as Millsaps makes the stop for the Wildcats. So 1st and 10 now for the Little Johns on their own 36-yard line as we are hitting the 3-minute mark here in the 3rd. So a little dose of some power football, some power eye football right here by the Little Johns. And it's got them out of a hole.
Yeah.
Now we've gone back to the shotgun spread, and it's going to be a handoff Wilkins. Wilkins gets some room, and Wilkins just plows up across the 40 to about the 43-yard line as Hall makes a stop. And we've got some little extracurricular activity going on, and the official has thrown his flag.
It must have been over here on this left side of the screen. I didn't really see much of anything. Looks like Drew Newport's coming to talk to Cooper. I don't know that he's coming to the sideline. This Drew's not really a hothead, man. That's odd. Drew has been very well composed in his time being a quarterback. Oh, okay. Looks like we got offsetting penalties.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Danville and Hector, the offsetting penalties.
So offsetting penalties right there. And should be 2nd down. Yes, it is. 2nd down, and we're going to call a long 4 right here. As Hector, now Wilson is in at quarterback. Trips to the right. And Wilson throws it down the left sideline. Oh my word. Crane had no idea where the football was. He had a step on Hall, but he didn't know where the football was. He was looking around. Boy, that's one that Little Johns would like to have back right there.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, I mean, by the reaction of Crane, he did not know where the football was. .227 left here in the 3rd, and it is 3rd down and 4 now for the Little Johns. Wilson is staying in at quarterback, and we've got timeout Little John. So timeout on the field. It is Hector 16, Little John 0.
Oh, like I said, that is surprising for Drew Newport, man. I have to get a little bit tickled by that because I've watched Drew for several years now, and I don't think I've ever seen him really be the instigator in any kind of tussle.
Well, it's the heat of the of the moment.
Heat of the moment. He's got to be a little bit frustrated with some of the drop passes and just production problems that Wildcats have been experiencing. But yeah, and like I said, I did not see exactly what all happened. You saw more of it than I did. I'm sitting here looking at a monitor, make sure my camera's moving in the right direction, and
it's just, it
was just out of frame for me.
You just had a little extracurricular shoving and stuff like that, and both teams get bailed out with the offsetting calls.
Yeah. I like to think of the offsetting calls is like the
jump ball and basketball.
Whose line is it anyway type thing. Everything's made up and it doesn't matter.
Or jump ball and basketball.
Right, yeah.
3rd and 4 now for the Little Johns. Wilson is staying in at quarterback, and he's looking. Oh, we got a flag. We're going to have motion on the Little Johns.
We'll start. Back them up 5.
Well, you know, you're kind of tipping your hat right there. When Wilson's coming in quarterback, you know, we're looking at Crane over there. But once again, you've talked about him here tonight and stuff. Dawson Hall has done a great job out there on coverage and making tackles in the open area.
Yep. He said he only had a couple instances last week at Yellville Summit where he did not get turned around probably as much as he needed to be, probably a little bit too much hand contact, and got a couple of those flags.
So here's the snap. Wilson fires across the middle, and it cannot be hauled in by Lane Scobie. He had it. He had a step. He had the inside position, but he could not haul it in, and it's going to make it 4th and 9 now for the Little Johns. And you got to think that they're going to punt as their punt. Yeah, their punter's coming in, David Chavez. And I've seen a lot of punt formations in my lifetime and stuff, but that may be the 3 biggest upbacks I've ever seen in a punt formation. You cannot get through them. Mulder did a while ago.
Big old boys out there. Enrique's just going to let this one go past him.
And it's going to stop on about the 17-yard line. How Mulder got in on that one punt is beyond me, because that's 3 big upbacks right there.
2:12 left here in the 3rd quarter.
We need a big play. We need to get this crowd alive. You know, we need a big play to
get them
put a jolt.
Get them on their feet and get the crowd noise back up.
So it's 1st and 10 now for the Wildcats. Newport in shotgun formation. He's got Baker to the left. And here's a handoff. Baker going out to the right, though. Baker's looking for that sideline. He gets run out of bounds there by Crane. Boy, you don't want to let Baker get that sideline. We've already seen it once here in this quarter.
So got about 5 on that one.
So it'll make it 2nd and 5 as he was run out of bounds. 2:06 left here in the 3rd. Ball is on the 22-yard line. Newport, shotgun, Baker takes a handoff coming around the left side. Baker's trying to get to that sideline. He breaking tackles, and now he's going to cut back, but he's going to have the 1st down. Gets up to about the 35-yard line right there. Good run by Lucas Baker.
That run will be good enough for Hector Wildcat.
And I know we don't have stats and stuff, but with that 55-yard run and some of the other runs he's made, you know he's over 100 again tonight.
Yeah, this isn't the big production night that Baker had last week, but Baker's still doing some good things for us out here.
Right. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, and this is Manrique, and he's going to be wrapped up by Cross. Cross swallowed him up right there about the line of scrimmage and took him to the ground. They're not going to give him anything right there. Going to make it 2nd and 10.
Taking a look here at the chat real quick. Cassie Taylor Watts said that she saw more of it than I did. Had one of the big boys out there had one of our guys down and was just trying to keep him into the ground. Drew came up and kind of shoved him off. So, yeah.
So he was defending.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
that's what a quarterback does.
Yep.
Newport's going to fire across, and this one is caught. This one is caught by Braxton Knowles. Nice fire right there by Newport. He put some zip on it. Knowles pulls it in, and he's going to be 1 yard short of the 1st down, making it 3rd and 1. Knowles has had a really good game here tonight defensively, and now makes a good catch coming across the middle.
Yep. You said Braxton's a big, tall kid out there. He's a good target.
He is.
He's got to find him.
Here's a man coming out in the flat, but Newport's going to keep it, pick up the 1st down, as he gets up to the 49-yard line. So nice little run there by Drew Newport. And that's going to be a 1st and 10. They're going to call him down into 48, still enough for the first down. And we are down to about 10 seconds. Should be the final play of the third quarter, Trey.
Yep. Yeah, I think the Wildcats are just going to let the time run out, come back to the sideline, get ready for the fourth quarter.
All right, Hector fans, it is the end of the third quarter. It's your Hector Wildcats 16, the Danville Little John 0 as we get ready for the final quarter play here.
Get the time reset. Yeah, they calling out the cheerleaders for wearing the shirts. Take a look at those. I think we spoke about them earlier. Green number 18's on them in honor of Nate Foster. Yeah, it's Minion Night. If you've seen any of the student section,
I've seen it.
Wearing the yellow shirts and the overalls.
All right, we get ready for this fourth quarter here. Hector trying to seal this one up and go to 3-0 to start the season. Newport, shotgun formation, dropping straight back, looking, and it's a little hitch and go, and he's got Boulder, and he led him too far. Oh. Grayson did the little stop and go right there, and just a little bit out of his reach.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Grayson. I didn't track you down quick enough, but you'd probably be okay with not having that miss seen.
We've got a flag. Oh. We are backing up. I didn't even see the official make the.
I saw him carrying it. I didn't see what the penalty was.
Well, by the distance and everything, it looks like holding. Okay. By the distance, I don't know, but I'm going to assume it. And they're going to hand off to Baker going up the middle, and Baker's going to get about 4 or 5 of it back. So it's going to make it second down and about 16 for the Wildcats. The ball is on the Wildcat 43-yard line.
I would almost say you might as well get ready to just watch a lot of run out of the Wildcats just to kill the clock.
And there goes Baker, as you say it, and he's going to get tripped up there, and he was tripped up by Ventura for the Little Johns, and it's going to make it 3rd and 12 now for the Wildcats.
What happened? Did you get a wire?
Was
I stepping on it?
Yeah.
Whoops. Sorry about that.
Newport firing. He's got Mulder. What a catch by Grayson Mulder on the right sideline.
Again, I could not keep track of it. Let me back it out a little bit.
Boy, that was a beautiful ball there by Newport as he threw it up high because only Mulder's going to come down with that and with his reach. And Mulder was tripped up there or he would have took it to the house, but what a shot there for a big first down to keep this drive alive.
Once again, Grayson, I'll apologize. I didn't get it.
Here's a handoff. Baker trying to bounce it out. Gets to the right, and Baker gets close to the 20, maybe inside the 20 there. Oh, they're going to mark him at the 20. And it's going to make it 2nd down and 6 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, sorry about that, y'all. Sometimes I lose track of what I'm doing and not paying attention and just miss that play completely. Somebody will have it on huddle cam, I'm sure.
Yeah. Here's the handoff. Baker. Baker cuts up the middle. Baker trying to bounce it out to the right. Gets down to the 10-yard line. Close to the first down. Have to see where they spot it. They're going to give it to him. First and goal now for the Wildcats.
For Hector Wildcat.
I would say first and no, they're going to call it right outside the 10. So Hector can still get a first down, but, well, we're going to have flags on this one. We're going to have an illegal substitution against the Little Johns.
Huh.
So that is a benefit. It makes it 1st and 5 now, just outside the 5. So Hector could honestly get a first down inside the 1.
Beyond the paint.
Yeah. Here's Newport. Newport fakes the handoff, cuts it up the middle. Newport is in the house. Touchdown, Wildcats. Newport, 5-yard run for the touchdown. So that makes it 22-0 now, Wildcats. 9:40 left in the game. Watch out, Trey. They're throwing the footballs again.
Yeah, I tell you what, if one of them's a good enough sharpshooter to hit me up here like they was in the first half.
Well, that flew between me and you.
Yeah.
I mean, so Hector now is setting up for their 2-point conversion with Newport in shotgun formation. Millsaps was beside him, and Newport's going to take off running. He's going to try to beat his man to the corner, and he walks in for the 2-point conversion. And our score is now Hector 24, Danville 0. So we have to talk about the big play on that drive right there. Hands down is the catch by Mulder down the sideline that extended the drive on the 3rd down reception, and Baker and Newport took it over from there, with Newport taking it in from 5 yards out. So your seniors are doing the scoring here tonight. Newport's on the board. Mulder had the first touchdown, and then Baker with the 55-yard run.
We're down to 9.5 minutes. I'm about 10 seconds off. If I can get it there.
Chronister is teeing it up for the Wildcats. Little high pooch to the right side. It's going to land, and they didn't get it on the bounce. Now Wilkins is just going to fall down on it. They couldn't decide if they wanted to field it on the bounce or, So Wilkins just fell on it, and that's where the Little Johns will take over 1st and 10. They'll have 1st and 10 on their own, about the 18-yard line. Wilson is in at quarterback now for the Little Johns. He has trips to the left. Wilson's going to fire to the right. He's going for Crane.
No.
Oh, and they got their feet got tangled up.
Yeah. Well, there's another pass interference on Dawson Hall.
Yeah, but I can't. They're just running stride for stride, and the feet get tangled up. Wasn't like Dawson mugged him.
Yeah.
So it's going to make it 1st and 10 now for the Little Johns. As Wilson at quarterback in the shotgun. Wilkins is beside him on the left. Wilson fires out to the right, and he leads Crane too much, and it'll make it 2nd and 10 for the Little Johns. Second and 10 for the Little Johns. 9-12 left in the game. Hector leading 24-0 in this non-conference battle. This conference will kick off for everybody next week.
Yep.
Here's the snap. Wilson rolling out to his left, fires in, and it is caught.
Man. I thought Manrique was nearly there for a pick. Oh, come on.
Mulder.
Mulder kind of threw him back a little bit aggressively, but he wasn't quite out of bounds yet.
So Mulder's going to get called. Oh, they're going to pick it up.
Wave it off. Good, good. I was about to say, that's just Mulder getting him out of bounds, you know.
So they pick it up. It's still 1st and 10 for the Little Johns. Little Mulder doing a little WWE hip toss right there. Wilson takes a snap. Oh, he's going to go. Oh, this one's a floating duck. It's up in the air, and it's caught. And we've got flags everywhere on the field.
The flags are back here in the backfield.
So we have a catch, but we've got flags up here.
Mm-hmm. It looks like it's going to come back.
All right, Scott, it's time for the Jeopardy thing.
There you go. Give it some time. He'll get to it eventually. Let's see what to call.
We've got offsetting penalties. We've got unsportsmanlike conduct, and then we've got roughing the passer. So we had what we'll call the jump ball call.
Yeah.
Offset and redo this. So 8:55 left, and we're going to redo 1st and 10 as the ball is on the Little John 48-yard line. Wilson is staying in at quarterback. Now we got the side judge. Whoa, we got the side judge. Blew his whistle. So action should have been stopped.
Okay, so now they're going to move the ball.
He said the ball wasn't lined up right.
Golly. Yeah. Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, we're good now.
So here comes a man in motion, and it's going to be the inside handoff. Wilkins, and Manrique takes him down. Manrique took him down along with Rapogle also on the stop. So Rapogle and Manrique took him down. As Manrique just lowered his head and said, "Trip over me."
Yep. About a loss of a yard. Makes it 2nd down and 11.
Wilson, shotgun formation. He has Wilkins in the backfield with him to the right. He's got trips to the right. Now he's going to roll to the right, and he's going to let it fly, and he's got Crane. Crane makes the – oh, it's knocked away. Crane had it, and it was knocked away by Lucas Baker. Good defense by Baker right there.
Depending on the play, number 2, Lucas Becker.
It was going to be a catch and a first down there, but Baker jarred the ball loose from Crane. And it'll make it 3rd and 11 for the Little Johns. 7:57 left in the ball game. This may be one of the longest drives of the night, but yet we're staying right here in the center of the field. Yeah. Here's a snap to Wilson. Wilson dropping straight back, fires out, and it is dropped. Oh. He had his man in the flat. He had Scobie in the flat, and he couldn't hold on to it. And that's going to bring up 4th and 11. You got to think, Trey, down 24-0, you know. I don't know. No, they're bringing the punt team in.
Yeah, I was about to say it, you know. You're a good ways away from, I mean, first down yardage, but Enrique scrambling around to get back there, be ready for this.
And here's the punt by Chavez. And it's going to go to the right. They're going to kick it away from Manrique, and it's going to take a Wildcat bounce as it comes back up to the Wildcat 41-yard line.
Well, stadium clock did not kick in on that punt.
I've been thrown off by that tonight.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do.
So they have 7:52 on there. We're about 8 seconds ahead. We'll just wait on them to get it set back.
I'm sure we're fixing to see a heavy dose of Baker here.
Should be. Baker and Manrique probably going to be the two that you see. Maybe a sprinkle of Mountain Man.
So Mountain Man comes in motion. He slides over to the left, and here's the handoff to Baker. Baker doing a little sidestep, and he gets to the left side, makes a man miss, falls forward to what should be the first down. He does. He gets the 1st and 10. He did a little sidestep and lunged forward, got the 1st and 10 on the Little John 49-yard line.
Wildcat band getting after it right now.
Newport firing down the middle of the field. He's got his man, Story, and he's going to be brought down at the 6-yard line.
I told you he'd get one eventually.
That was a nice route by Story. Got a step on his man, and Newport put it right in his breadbasket. And it is 1st and goal now for the Wildcats. As we're getting close to the 7-minute mark. Hector trying to seal the deal here, add one more score to this.
It's actually 1st and goal.
1st and goal on the 6. Baker. And it's going to be a fake, and Newport's going to go up the middle. Newport, boy, he's taking a couple of shots right there, and he's going to be brought down inside the 5. Newport took a couple of shots inside there.
Mm-hmm.
As he faked it to Baker and kept it. Got up the middle, got inside the 5 there to the 4. They're going to call it 2nd and goal at the 4. 6.5 left in the game. And here's the handoff to Manrique. He's getting to the outside. Touchdown, Wildcats. As that jet sweep was Manrique's speed, and nobody was going to catch him on the corner. So that makes it 30-0 with the 2-point conversion coming up. I kind of want to put my hands in front of my face in case one of them.
Yeah, Scott just gave a warning. Watch out. Here comes the footballs. $30-0. I could not have told you at the end of the first half that this was going to be how it was going to be, at this point.
Well, I had to believe they got an – we're going to have the extra point.
We got Forrest Cronster lining up to kick.
Well, it's a good time to practice.
Give him a shot at it, yeah.
And he's got that one, Trey.
There you go.
That makes it 31-0. Cronster with the extra point. And that's going to do nothing but give that young man some confidence at doing this.
Like I said, I think I've been told that maybe my uncle had told me that he drove by their place and saw him out there practicing that. So good job by Forrest Cronster. I think that's about 2 for 2 on his attempts regular season. I don't think that he tried any at Perryville. I may be wrong about that. I know he tried a couple at Atkins at the benefit game, but benefit games are benefit games. Down to 5:59, just getting my time in order. All right.
31-0. Our score at halftime was 8-0, and it's been all Hector here in the second half. Cronster has it teed up, waiting for the official, and here's the pooch kick to the side, and they're going to let it go, and it goes out of bounds, where Danville will have good field position. .54 left. They'll take it, Little John's 1st and 10 on their own 35-yard line. We're going to move Crane back into quarterback now as Wilson will split out. They're going to be in the I formation. Wilkins dotting the I, and he'll take the handoff and go over the right side.
Looked like he kind of slipped there.
He did.
That one. He managed to pick up about 3 there.
Blake Brown makes the stop for the Wildcats. So now Crane underneath center. They're staying in that I formation. Handoff again to Wilkins, going over the right side, cutting back in the middle, and he'll fall forward. He'll be a couple yards short of the first down as Gavin Lusk makes the stop for the Wildcats. Lusk, who had a big play tonight, nailing the Danville quarterback Crane for a safety back in the first half. So we're at 3rd and 3 now for the Little Johns as we're under 5 minutes left in the game, and it's a handoff to Wilkins. Wilkins cuts back. Wilkins gets across midfield, and he powers his way down to the Wildcat 45-yard line. Trey, you got to say, Wilkins is a good-looking running back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like I said, this Danville team has impressed me, even with the lack of being able to get a score on the board. They've got size. They've got some heart to them, and they'll.
It stretches tonight. Played great defense.
Oh, yeah. I mean, probably won't be happy with the score, but Coach Crane's got to be happy with his kids' effort.
Here's the handoff to Alcazar, and he gets to the right side and gets forced out of bounds. And he's going to pick up about 7 right there, make it 2nd 3, 2nd 2 maybe. No, we're going to call it, 2nd and 2 on the Wildcat 38-yard line as we are under 4 minutes left. All Hector here tonight, 31-0 over the Little Johns. Here's a handoff to Wilkins again. Wilkins up the middle, running powerful. And Wilkins is just pulling the pile, and he's going to have the first down, and he gets all the way inside the 20. Wilkins looks like a man on a mission right now to get in that end zone.
Yeah, he'd like to see a different number on that board.
So 1st and 10 now for the Little Johns inside the Wildcat 20-yard line. And this is going to be Alcazar on the handoff going over the right side, and he's going to be wrapped up and brought down by number 15, Connor Powell.
Connor Powell, we're getting some backups in the game now.
So Alcazar gains about 6, makes it 2nd and 4. This may be the Little John's best drive of the night.
Yeah. Time of possession may be favored Little
What
John's
a fake by Crane. Crane faked it to Wilkins and kept it and went around the right end. Should have the first down. Yes, they're signaling first down. So it's going to be 1st and goal now for the Little Johns as we are 2.5 left in the game. So he's got Alcazar and he's got Wilkins on. Now Wilson is in at quarterback. Wilson is in at quarterback in the shotgun, and it's going to be Wilkins. Wilkins going off the left side. Wilkins is tripped up there on the 5 by number 12, Gavin Lusk. Lusk stopped that touchdown because Wilkins would have walked in right there, but Lusk tripped him up. And it's going to be 2nd and goal inside the 5 on the 4. As we are nearing the 2-minute mark left in the game.
Got big number 71, Eli Tilley, in there now.
That sounds like a fan favorite because fans are cheering
Comes
for
to
him.
life.
Wilson takes the snap, hands off Wilkins. Wilkins going off that left side. Touchdown, Little John's. Wilkins takes it in from 4 yards. So no shutout here tonight as Danville used the power eye, used a lot of clock up here and drove down the field. And I'm sure that's probably the ideal drive that Coach Crane wanted. And here comes the extra point by Chavez. And it is good. So with 1:50 left in the game, Danville gets on the board. It is Hector 31, Danville 7. Now at this point, you just hope no injuries happen.
Yeah.
You know. And understand that, Danville drove down the field. Wilkins did a great job running the ball. They did a good job on that drive and stuff. But also, Hector was getting some young players in on that drive.
Yeah, getting some of the backups in and giving them a chance.
But I'm not taking anything from away from Wilkins.
No.
Wilkins is a powerful running back, and Danville has something right there to build on.
Yeah.
So Chavez is teeing it up. Baker is deep for the Wildcats. He's got Manrique and Mulder also back deep with him. I don't expect this will be kicked to Baker.
Probably not.
And it's going to come over here to Mulder. Mulder's going to look. He's trying to find, and he's going to run up and take a knee right there. Smart. So he gets up to the 34-yard line with 1:44 left. As Hector is getting some younger players in right now.
Mm-hmm. On the defensive front, I can see number 55, Quentin Chronister, or Quentin Chronister, I believe. Yeah.
So Newport's still in at quarterback and going to the best formation in football right now.
I believe I also see Cameron Tennyson out there.
This will be the victory formation as Newport's going to take a knee. And Trey, like you talked about before the game started, going to go to 3-0 for the first time since 2016.
Yep.
So that's got to be huge because you're going to carry a lot of momentum going into conference next week.
Yeah, and as we talked about a little bit, next week it is Mountain Pine making the trip up here this year.
We'll go down there Thursday.
Yeah.
Down around the Hot Springs.
Yep.
So it's under a minute now as Newport has taken 2 knees. As they're letting the clock run. 31-7. Like we said, 8-0 at the half, but the third quarter started off with a bang. The first play of the third quarter, Baker took it 55 yards to the house, and Hector just kept rolling from that point on.
Yep. I believe they will not have to kneel on it again.
And that is going to be the ball game, Hector fans. It is your Hector Wildcats 31, the Danville Little Johns 7 here tonight in Hector. As both teams will now shake hands.
Good game. Like I said, started out a little bit slow. Both teams having had a little bit of issues getting into the end zone the first half, and like you said.
But you got to give Coach Cooper. It looks like Coach Cooper and him made some adjustments at half, and Hector came out and just opened it up in the second half and had some big catches, big runs, and once again the big plays.
Yeah,
and that was the difference. I'm tipping my hat, though, to the Danville Little Johns. Tough kids.
Oh, yeah.
A lot to build on. At times, we said it, played great defense here tonight at times. And first half, had Baker bottled up a lot in the first half.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go out here on a limb, and I'm not going to feel too bad about it. I think Danville is going to get some wins here in the season that they may not expect. Coach Crane, second year back, doing some good things with the Little Johns.
And the success he had his first run.
Oh yeah.
This team they'll be back.
Yep. Like you said, Coach Cooper got to be proud of his guys. 3-0 for the first time since 2016. The end of the Tanner Gaines era as a player.
Yeah.
That's big,
But you got a good mixture in this Hector offense. You've got the experienced quarterback, you've got the running back, you've got the speedy wideout, and you've also got the tall stud receiver out there that you can go to. So you've got a good mixture, and Coach Cooper has a lot of things that he can do offensively each game.
Oh, yeah. And got the kids lining up. Going to do the alma mater, which is we did it at Perryville, and I think I don't know that we did it at Yellville Summit. If we did, I didn't catch it. But I was also off the air for that second half. So,
what, did you have internet troubles up there?
I did.
I've never experienced that at Yellville.
I did that night.
I mean, you're up in the middle of nowhere up there. But good win here tonight. Good win here tonight for the Hector Wildcats.
Kids down there in Dawson Hall just being a ham. Anyway, so yeah, been a good night. Been a fun one. Shane, I'm so thrilled to have you up here with us tonight doing this. Like I said, you haven't called any football in
It's been over a year.
Been over a year, man. And I hope you had a blast.
I had a ball.
And like I said, we enjoy having you up here anytime you have the chance. And like I said,
Thursday and Friday this week.
You'll get the chance again Thursday and Friday. So Wildcat fans, hopefully y'all are ready for that. We're going to have some more fun as we get through this upcoming week and into Thursday and Friday. But I think for now we're going to go ahead and sign off. And we said final score 31-7 Wildcats over the Danville Little Johns. Everybody have a good weekend, and we will see you next week. Till then, go Cats.